So let's go to the second part of this tutorial that is about the bones creation that will help us a lot to create our animation and animate this character. So we click at this bone tool and let's start to create the bone system from the character base. Arttista will ask me a name and I will set as bone body. Like this, here, 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 also here, and here. You can see now that there are a lot of new groups and a new group for each bone. Now we're going to start to associate each shape or object or point to each bone. So I will select these points here, this one, to this bone here. With this point selected and this bone selected, I will press Ctrl B to create this association. So what's happened is that these points are associated to this bone. Every time I move this bone or rotate this bone, every point associated to it will rotate and move it at the same time together. It's important to practice to try and understand the best way you have that will fit to your animation style, that fits to your needs. You have to understand, and you will understand which points you have to associate to each bone. I always like to associate the points that are a little below a bone with the points that are a little above the previous bone. So I select this one, oops, these guys here, these two, this one, and I will press Ctrl B. So let's do the same. A little bit below to here. A good tool to do this selection is the circular selection mode, because it's good to access areas that is difficult when you are selecting point by point. Right? You can press Shift F2 to use it, or you can press you can go to the settings panel. Okay, I will select these points here. I only have to hold down the mouse button, press it, and I go selecting these points here. I will continue selecting the bone. Here we will select all these points. Oops. I think it's cool. A little cut here, and I will associate to this bone. This bone, to this bone right here. Let's see. Yes, this is it. A little fix here. It's good. What I will do now, all this part here below, this and this part here, all this part, all this hat part, with exception, this point will be included. That was associated to this bone, but now it will be associated to this other bone, and I will get the full beard. Everything will be associated to this bone here. Let me see. Yes, this is it. This way we can bend and rotate the head with the hat at the same time. So let's continue and let's do the rest of the body. I will select all the bones, the full skeleton, and also the body, and I will put these two in the spotlight mode because there are a lot of points at the front. So after selected, I press Ctrl B, and here below we're gonna do this. This guy here in this one, I will also associate to that bone, and the rest here and here to this bone here. And below the last bone, the last points will always be associated to the last bone, the base bone. Everything seems fine. Oops, this point it's a little bit strange, awkward. So, at this point it couldn't be associated to this bone, so I will change it and will be associated to this bone. Let's see. Yes, much better. Now I'm gonna do this. Let's see. Yes, much better. I will call it arm 1 and this arm 2. So let's say here arm 1. We go until here, the pulse, and the hand, and let's create the same to this other arm. Call it arm 2 to here, and now the hand. Now we'll do the same. That is the bone association to the points that we want to do. Right, let's do the same to the other arm. Now something interesting, when I selected this bone here and I tried to rotate these two arms, was fixed. So how do you fix that? We have to associate these two bones to the body bone. So I select this guy here with I keep the control down, and I select this, this here, right? And now what I will do is press Ctrl B, the same Ctrl B before. Arttista will ask me to choose one bone that will be the parent of the other bones. So naturally I choose the body bone to be the parent. So let's do a little test, a little animation test, nothing complex or nothing that we're gonna use in the next video, in the next tutorial. The next video we're gonna see about inverse kinematics. This is just a simple animation test. So let's create these two keyframes. I will bend a little bit up, bending a little bit, nothing complex. Arms to up, a little problem here. Oh, sorry, we have a problem here. Let's associate. Yes, up a little bit, hands up. Now that no, sorry, I select everything, the skin and the bones, all the objects, and press, and I press F2, and we got this, the interpolation. Let's put this arm to the downside a little bit, F2, and we got this. Nothing complex, nothing, oh my god, this is awesome. So let's change something here. This part of the outfit will have to fall a little bit, because this outfit is not a rigid body. So what I will do now is to press R to rotate a little bit right here. this point below to the downside, and I will select all the full arm and press F2, and we got this. We have a little issue here because from one point, from the first keyframe to this keyframe, we have a point that has a wrong interpolation. So I only had to move this point a little bit to back to help the interpolation process. So what we saw until now, we made a full skeleton animation, and now we are all working in the skin. Every point that belongs to some bone is considered as a skin. So we are animating skin, and Arttista allows you to animate bones and skins together. So this will help you to create a more natural animation. Let's do something here. Let's bend a little bit here and press F2, and we got this. Now we will animate a little bit the beard, as this character has his head bent a little bit to this. Let's select the beard. These points are okay. A little bend here and another bend here. So here is our animation. So we animated the beard, the outfit, the bones, and a little bit of the hat. But let's animate a little bit of it. A little bit here. A little bit more to the inner side, and the head a little bit here. Everybody F2. And this is it. What we're gonna see in the next video is inverse kinematics and how to make all this movement more natural.